You ever see this guy with the pillows on Fox? My Pillow guy, Mike Lindell. He is the greatest. The My Pillow guy, Mike Lindell. And he's been with us right from the beginning.
The last time President Trump was in office, gold soared 50% and silver went up a huge 53%. Americans who invested in silver and gold during Donald Trump's first presidency are very happy that they did it. And right now, gold continues to soar to the highest numbers in history. These gains are just an appetizer for what's to come. Some market analysts are saying that gold is predicted to rise another 30% in the next year alone. So now's the time to invest in gold and silver, and that's why I partnered with Fisher Liberty Gold. Fisher Liberty Gold is a conservative-owned and operated precious metals investment company. They even helped my good friend President Trump get elected through their contributions to Turning Point USA and other conservative groups. I have dedicated my life to ensuring that people get the best sleep ever. And in addition to owning a MyPillow, I can now sleep well at night knowing that you can all protect your savings with precious metals with Fisher Liberty Gold. With Fisher Liberty Gold, you can sleep well knowing that your retirement is secure. And if you call now, you're going to receive your very own presidential gold guide and qualify for up to $20,000 in free silver. But wait, there's more. Call now or text metals to 26786 to receive your presidential gold guide from Fisher Liberty. And for a limited time, I will send you a free MyPillow for qualified accounts. This presidential gold guide from Fisher Liberty will tell you exactly why you need to own gold even while Donald Trump is president. And just by calling in, you get a free MyPillow for a limited time for qualified accounts, and up to $20,000 in free silver. So don't wait. Call 1-888-4GOLD-19 or text metals to 26786 today. That's 1-888-4GOLD-19 or text metals to 26786 today to receive your free MyPillow and up to $20,000 in free silver.
Friends, we all know the truth. Big Pharma and the federal bureaucracy have made a mess of healthcare in this country, and boy, that's an understatement. President Trump signed an executive order to bring prices down, and that's a great step. But we know that real change takes time. There's one pharmacy that is already stepping up. I want to tell you about All Family Pharmacy. They're not waiting. They're taking action now with a summer sale that gives you the power to take control of your health. Right now, through the end of June, you get 20% off site-wide, no insurance required. Did you hear that? 20% off, site-wide, no insurance required. They work with licensed doctors in all 50 states, and they ship fast, straight to your door. Whether it's ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, methylene blue, antibiotics, emergency kits, or your daily prescriptions, this is a time to stock up. If you believe in medical freedom, if you're tired of waiting for someone else to fix things, do what I do. Take action. Go to allfamilypharmacy.com/Lindell and use promo code Lindell20, Lindell 20 for 20% off your entire order. That's allfamilypharmacy.com/Lindell. Promo code Lindell20. Let's protect our families, defend our freedom, and make America healthy again together.
Hello, everybody. Let me get adjusted here. Welcome to the Lindell Report, everybody. And And I guess I don't know where to start. We have, okay, well then let's go right to Allison. Let's go. I want to tell everybody before we do, you guys here at Lindell TV, we got a great new lineup and everything coming this coming Monday, and we're going to be welcoming all the Rumble viewers, and we're expanding our voice at LindellTV.com, everybody, as you're watching right now. And remember, everybody, we're on Roku. We're on Fire Stick TV. We're on Apple TV, both the app stores. And you guys can tell everyone you can about Lindell TV. And we're publicly traded on the OTC market at MLMC, Mike Lindell Media Corp. If you go to your stock thing and put in Mike Lindell stock, but it's MLMC. And you guys, everybody can be a part of this great expansion that we're going to be doing and that we are doing. So we've got our two great DC reporters. And Allison, how you doing?
Hey, Mike, great to see you. I'm doing well. How are you today?
Really good. I've been working through. We got My Pillow still being under attack, so we have every day's something new. We just had another big box store, everybody. No, it does not. We just had another big box store cancel on us that we had for a long time now, and so. But anyway, what's going on in Washington D.C.?
Well, it's actually been a rather slow day here at the White House. It's the first slow day I think we've had since Trump took office. But I've been looking into some of the happenings that are going on currently, and there is a massive attack on ICE. As we know, the Democrats have been absolutely relentless in trying to push back against these deportations that are happening, ridding the country of the illegal aliens that were let in under the Biden regime. Now, as we know, President Trump campaigned on the largest mass deportation force in history, and he is doing everything he can to actually carry that out. But unfortunately, these radical Antifa Democrats are doing everything they can to try to stop this and prevent ICE from being able to do their jobs. As we know and have reported on many times on this network, these Democrats are now doxing ICE agents, going after the agents themselves, going after their families, trying to do everything they can to put these great law enforcement officers in harm's way. Even now, murder attempts and various murder threats. It's despicable. It's disgusting. And then it certainly doesn't help that these Democrats, members of Congress and assembly members are actually cheering this behavior on. Now, assembly members and Senate members are calling for ICE agents to no longer be able to wear a mask, which ultimately is worn to conceal their identity, to protect themselves, protect their families. Now Democrats are saying masks aren't allowed, which is hilarious because obviously Democrats love masks. They try to make us all wear them during COVID. Now they're trying to ban masks. So take a listen to this clip. Just brace yourself. This is what we're dealing with here.
And we will not stand for it. And I'm here with many of the champions sticking up for immigrant New Yorkers. I've introduced legislation similar to the California bill called the MELT Act, mandating end of lawless tactics. When police wear masks, democracy loses its face. We want to protect law enforcement too. I know that will be a question, but it is un-American that masked ICE agents are going after immigrant families. You've seen the videos. You've heard from your friends, separating them from their children, going after legal residents, even citizens, sometimes mistakenly. Today, an ICE agent was quoted as saying, an Iranian mom having a seizure, that I'm a citizen. It doesn't matter, the ICE agents.
Wow. That guy should be put in prison. Let me tell you, everybody, this is the most nonsensical thing I have ever heard in the last 5 years. And I've heard a lot of nonsensical things. Let's talk about this for a minute. I'm from Minnesota, where Minneapolis, when it was completely destroyed and everyone's running around in masks, right in the middle of the China virus and going, oh, they wearing masks. They weren't wearing masks because they were, because of the virus. They were wearing masks so they could go loot and destroy things and be criminals. This makes no sense. That guy should be put in prison. I'll tell you what, when these guys say no mask and they're putting it through, these crimes that are going to be committed or that have been committed, all of a sudden now you got, say, go after some ICE agent and something happens to him. Who should they go after? That guy talking right there. This is disgusting. I'm telling you, and then they always use the word immigrants. They're illegals. They're not immigrants. Let's all say it together. Illegals. They're criminals.
Aliens.
Every
They're
one of them.
aliens.
Every one of them is a criminal. Every one of them, because they came here illegally. They broke a law to get here. They broke a law to get here. And what a great thing going on with this voluntarily leaving to be able to come back legally at some time. That's a great program put in where that would, there's nothing better than that. And it gives them an out and going, hey, you got to have most of I would say probably most of the illegals would like to come here legally so they don't have to look over their shoulders and stuff or go hang out in sanctuary cities, which are going to be bye-bye. They're not going to have that little sanctuary city going on because it's disgusting. Allison, do you know anything about, I had heard rumors that, speaking of the illegals, I think it was Marjorie Taylor Greene that was doing something where they were going to take that on the voter rolls or whatever to remove. If you remove the illegals, it actually adds a lot of it actually does. They used millions, I guess, in the other elections. Have you heard anything about that? Was she proposing a bill?
Yes, yeah, she's trying to put forth legislation that would ultimately force a recount of the census. So this is huge because obviously these aliens have been counted in the census previously, therefore rigging the whole election process, right? This is another key component to securing our elections. These criminal aliens have been allowed to be counted in the census so far. So we need to recount the census basically to recalibrate and have a better understanding of who's actually here legally, who's actually a citizen, so that we can have free and fair elections moving forward. These people should have never been able to allowed to vote in the first place. And as we know, they have been. I mean, where I'm from in California, you can literally just go to vote. You don't even need proof of an ID to vote. They don't even ask your name. They require zero proof to, understand who you are. You can just show up and cast a vote, and that's that. So this is actually a great piece of legislation. I know Marjorie Taylor Greene said that she had spoken to Trump about it, and he is all for it. So I really hope that this moves forward and we can actually sign this into law, because I think this is critical and would be a huge game changer as far as securing our elections is concerned.
Absolutely, and not just securing the elections, everybody. It rezones. What do they say? It rezones where you have Democrat and Republican areas or something like that, where we would gain, the Republicans would gain, I don't know how many seats it is or something. It was incredible how many you would gain. I was reading about that. So there's so many different ways, everybody, that they're using to cheat in our elections. And everyone, for me, as you all know, this isn't about the Democrats. This is about the uniparty, the globalists. There's only two parties anymore right now. There's the party of common sense, the Donald Trump party, and then this party here that is the uniparty, globalist, deep state, CCP, and they're in this bucket. And what do they have? They're the ones that have the media. They're the ones that have all this, that guy there talking right there. Do you know how many people actually, if you did a poll, how many people would even think of, let's demask ICE? That is insane. I mean, this is like,
so insane.
It's I guess there was, back in the day in 2021, when Minneapolis burned to the ground, and then the mayor in Waltz just said, okay, go ahead and burn down the precinct in Minneapolis, which is just disgusting. That was another one that's like, let's defund the police and burn down the precinct. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Yep, you can't make this stuff up. And so that's where we're at. And I said it to the media when I was in Colorado, everybody, for that case that My Pillow won. And but I got out there and all the media's there, and I said to them, in fact, I did it when I was just in D.C. with you guys last week. When I have a group of media around me, the old attackers, the fake news media. Usually I never have Fox and Newsmax or those guys because they won't even talk to me, afraid I'll say something that rhymes with Dominion. But all of these media outlets that were in front of me, I said, you know what, you guys, when I came out of that courtroom, I go, you guys should all be ashamed of yourselves. I said, all of you, I said, I wonder, in my mind, I've lived the American dream beyond anyone, going from a former crack addict to making this huge company made in the USA, a company of second chances, helping addicts, veterans, everything. And I said, you guys have chose to attack my pillow. With all walks of life working there, you attack my pillow, but yet you protect companies you know nothing about that rhyme with Dominion, Smartmatic, ES&S, Hart. They're protecting these companies, and they don't even know why, Allison, that they choose to do. They're driven, attacking. They put me, I will tell you guys this. You talk about, Keith Ellison attacking me in Minnesota right now, the Attorney General, attacking my recovery network. And I've said it before, it's no secret that I've been thinking of running for governor. Now, when you talk about that, I went and I Googled, I said, on my phone, I said, who's running for governor in Minnesota? And they put these potential candidates down, this one. And then for Mike Lindell, you know what they put me in? This is Google tell you. Mike Lindell, instead of a CEO businessman or whatever they put for the other, Mike Lindell, conspiracy theorist. That's what they put me in. I mean, you can't make this stuff up,
That is a true badge of honor, though, Mike. I think the real ones will recognize that is a good sign.
Yeah. Can you imagine? I could run it. I'm running as, well, what is he? Well, I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I thought a judge in Georgia said I could take off my tinfoil hat. When that judge ruled in Georgia in the fall of 23, that judge ruled that if you question the voting machines, you're not a conspiracy theorist. She ruled that in her ruling in Georgia. I thought that was it. I took off my tinfoil hats and celebrated, but it's disgusting, the media, and I'll tell you, that's why we're getting, when I was with you in D.C. last week, we getting so much traction there. The other outlets were coming up to me. One of them, I believe, was the New York Post. I know I talked to one of the C's. He was either ABC, NBC, I can't remember, but they were coming up to me, and these are reporters that I've known and journalists that say, wow, Mike, Lindell TV, you guys are getting a lot of coverage, a lot of stuff going on. You're the talk of the town. So you and Kara are doing such a job. It's amazing, and I want to compliment you on that. Yesterday, I watched your interview, or not interview, it was like a 4-minute clip I watched, and just awesome, Allison. You guys doing such a job, and we're getting, and this is what we need, everybody. We need tell everyone you know about Lindell TV. The afternoon, we're the only ones. I believe we're the only ones with the kind of coverage we have now with the Capitol and the White House, and and people are looking for. It's just when you're getting one thing, when 95% of the media now is out there calling these illegals immigrants and, oh, look at this is horrible. The guy got bit by a mosquito down in Alligator, Alcatraz. Did you see that one on the news? I mean, oh my gosh, really? I'll tell you, I was in solitary confinement for 19 days once. And 19 days in solitary in Minnesota, and this is back in what were you in for? I violated my monitor, got DWI stuff, and I was on cocaine, and I violated my monitor. So you shouldn't have been doing this stuff when you were on probation, I guess. But anyway, I get put in for that, and it is what it is. And you're worried about getting bit by a mosquito? That was crazy, I mean,
they'll go to all
people,
ends of the earth to protect these illegal aliens and these violent criminals. Really, it's amazing.
Right. Yeah, it's violent criminals, and then you bring up you see people argue that going, did you hear about this person lost their daughter, or this happened to an illegal, and it's just like, they just don't say anything because they don't have an argument to come back on it. What if it was your daughter or your loved one? You know, they don't have a thing to come back on. I actually have people that I'm very close to that they've been brainwashed so bad that they're you know, a couple of them are those people that have been brainwashed so bad. Well, everybody, you know, they're people too, but they committed a crime. They came into our country illegally. I don't, you know, it doesn't even matter about, you know, the major crimes. What are you going to say? Where do you draw the line? Well, if they only did this, this, and this, they can stay. Well, the original thing to get here, they broke a law, you know, and
Exactly.
It's so nonsensical. I get so upset about the nonsense, and everybody. That's why it's so important right now that we secure our elections. You know, everyone. For last week when I was with you guys, and you know, the to be able to spread the word about, and you guys are doing a great job. Getting people, one of the things with our network, we have a lot of people that watch that are on the left, so to speak, because they love attacking me, they love watching for, you know, and stuff, so they're watching the network. But, you know, maybe over a course of time that it seeps into them some common sense, you know, and it's but it's you know, look at the other day, and the president gets so frustrated. It's like, you know, I'm down in Texas right now, and those horrific floods and stuff, and I'm watching on TV on the, you know, and you know, you even for them to sit and try and blame Donald Trump or Elon Musk or whoever.
It's so
it's bizarre. It's bizarre.
I actually have a video, an expose that I'm doing on that right now. You'll see that soon on Lindell TV, highlighting the insanity that these Democrats take a tragic disaster and use it as an opportunity to smear their political opposition, to blame it on Trump, to blame it even, they went so far as blaming it on Christians and white people. These people are delusional, and they are so far gone. It's just despicable. Their behavior is disgusting.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, there was that one, I think she was a teacher or whatever, that she went beyond even what the Democrats, she went way beyond, said, you basically deserve to die. It was disgusting. And
she said, you get what you voted for.
Yeah, you get what you voted for. And they put her picture out there and stuff, but I'll bet you didn't see her on CNN at the top of the hour, like somebody that could set a human being to say something so horrific. But and the reality is, there was, you know, if you go into it, there's nobody could have done anything. There was 5 meteorologists, whatever, on duty, not 2. There was more than ever. Yeah. And this is something that, and then, you know, they sit and throw it, you know, and it's just so unbelievable that that people out there, the evil, I think it's just to me, it's pure evil. It's not even, if you're that stupid to listen to this garbage, it's so nonsensical to me. It's like, really? I know. Now you're saying for ICE not to wear masks, but yet you're okay with all the criminals wearing masks. You know, because they can still claim, they can probably still, claim China virus. I mean, you know, while they're running around with masks, well, hey, the virus is still here. They still fear it, you know? I mean,
well, it's actually hilarious because in this legislation that these senators, Cory Booker and Alex Padilla, are putting forward, they're trying to sign this into law that ICE can't wear these masks. But in the legislation, it literally has a clause where it says an exception will be made for a medical mask. So it's okay to wear one of those idiotic blue masks or an N95, but it's not okay to just wear a regular face cover. It just goes to show there is zero logic. It shows how flawed any, you know, sense they have really is. There's no sense. It's just a total, like, misunderstanding, and it exposes how ridiculous they are. I mean, I guess if the loophole here would be, you know, say you're worried about COVID, say you're deathly afraid of the flu, and then you can get away with wearing a mask. It's so ridiculous.
Well, before you go, I'm gonna tell everybody what my theory is on this, because I really can't believe that anybody could be so idiotic even to propose something like that unless there's a hidden agenda behind it. Here's what I believe, everybody. Think of it as marketing. Okay, I'm going to give you one of the biggest ones that they ever did, and then you guys can get what I'm saying here. To me, it's all diversion and whatever. So everybody's pointing over here going, no way are you going to make ICE wear or not take off their mask. There's no way you can do that. So and the media focuses on that, and we're focusing over here while time is going by, and the big problem to secure our elections and get these other things taken care of that we have to save our country. One of the biggest ones ever, and you guys can all remember this. Remember Afghanistan, okay? They pulled off one of the biggest marketing things ever, and here's what they did. Everyone's going, wow, yeah, Afghanistan. The whole world was upset with Biden and the what he did. I mean, people dying over there, and we've seen the video, everything that was done. So the whole world is, going, what are you doing? What are you doing? What did they do, everybody? Because in one day, everybody, 99% of the people forgot about it and the news. And here's what they did.
Right.
What they did go, hey, what are we going to do to get this off of people's minds and out of the news? Here's what they did. They set Biden up to the podium and said, if you have 100 people or more in your company, you got to take a shot. You got to take the shot. And everybody went, no, we're not going to do that. So the whole focus of not just the people that didn't want to do it, the whole focus of the media was how something so insane that you make people do that, and you pick on this thing that everybody was up in arms, and it tied up the attorney generals in our country when they were going to be doing something really important, like bringing evidence of our elections to the Supreme Court, and they had to pivot and do that. So my thing, Allison, is I think when you see something that's so bizarre, like these guys going, we want ICE to take off their mask. Well, they want everybody focusing on it and talking about it and going after it, that the stuff over here doesn't get done. You're trying to just keep everything in turmoil and chaos until they try and steal the midterm elections, and then our great president, what he's doing, will be in vain, everybody. So I encourage each and every one of you to help out. I'm going to do a sales pitch right now. Go to mypillowtrial.com and donate. Okay, mypillowtrial.com. Get there. We're in the middle of an appeal, and all these things that are going on with it secure our elections starts here. So, but Allison, I guess I've got Renee waiting, and you do such an awesome job, and my show is going to be moving. So you're going to be on my show a lot more come next Monday. So we'll be making some big announcements. We'll be making some big announcements here at Lindell TV. So, but and I love being right. I know right where you're saying. I love being with you guys in DC. I'm going to be coming there a lot more too. So.
Good. We miss you. We want to have you back soon. So we'll be looking forward to it, and I'll talk with you again soon, Mike. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, Allison. Great job. Okay, everybody at Lindell TV. I'm going to do this before I bring Renee on. Remember, in Lindell TV, when I started in the spring of 2021, I wanted it to be a social media and a broadcasting site, everything wrapped into one. And it's been quite a 4-year battle. But the other part of it, of Lindell TV, which y'all are going to hear about today, is called Vocl. That's VOCL, Vocl.com. Vocl, if you're on Lindell TV, you click, you can go right to it. But I'm going to have Renee coming on today, and she's going to show us all about these amazing features. But in the meantime, I want you to remember, Lindell TV now is publicly traded. The stock symbol's MLMC at the OTC markets. We want our voice to be expanded. All these things you're seeing, all the things going on, like you just heard this nonsense, we have to get the word out, not just to speaking inside of a church, so to speak. We need to get the word out everywhere. And our voice needs to get everywhere. So when we're making great progress, I think we can tell the world. And when there's things are so nuts, like this mask thing with to demask the ICE agents, we have to put that out there, and then we want to give people. So when you're out there in your own homes and your neighbors, whatever, and you get in these arguments over are they illegals or are they immigrants or stuff like that, you'll be able to have the facts and say, hey, you need to quit getting brainwashed by these the establishment media that's out there, because there's so many other places people are getting their information now. But Renee, are you there?
I am here.
Awesome. You guys, Renee, how long have you been with me, Renee?
Since 2022.
Yeah, 2022. So everybody, when we were at Lindell TV, back then it was Frank's Speech. When I was getting frustrated. The first thing we got up was the stream. And remember, we were the most attacked platform ever anywhere. It was a bot attack. It was you couldn't Google our name on Google, even DuckDuck, anything. The search engines, they just tried to. They did not want another voice coming up. And remember, January 7th and 8th, everybody, of 2021, 1.2 million Americans were deplatformed, and Vimeo, Google, Suckerbucks, Facebook, Jack Dorsey's crooked Twitter. I mean, and Parler got wiped off the face of the earth, by the way, at that time. That was the only competition to them too. And but that's where, and then so you only left with one thing. That Lawfare got rid of all that your Smartmatic suing Fox News. You got rid of Fox News Voice, Newsmax Voice, and Salem Media overnight. So basically you got with nothing. You're only left with the media to attack. And that was the birth of Frank's Speech with the Lindell TV. And so 2022, my original plan was, hey, we need something where people can communicate and stuff. And that's where I met Renee, and she basically built Vocl from the ground up, you guys. And it is the most amazing platform ever. I believe I'd put it up against any platform, any Facebook platform, and all the features now. So Renee, I want you to go through it. And you guys, I'm seeing a lot of this for the first time. All these different features that we have now, and I'm telling Renee, I said, wow, I'm getting these updates because I'm over here moving so fast. And so I wanted you all to hear it directly. So a lot of the stuff I'll be hearing for the first time. So if I have any questions, Renee, I'll chime in, but thank you for everything you've done. Yep.
It has been an honor to work with you, Mike. And I just, as a resident of the great state of Florida, I think that the residents at Alligator Alcatraz need to understand that the mosquito is our state bird.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't believe I was hearing that stuff down there. That's exactly right.
Pretty funny. That's awesome. Well, I'll do a screen share. I'm excited about all the new features. When you called a couple of months ago and said we want to have live streaming and live chat and premiered videos, we're excited because that takes Vocl from just the great social network that it was, and now it gives our broadcasters and our show hosts and our content creators a new opportunity to really engage with their audiences. And I'm just going to take you through. That's why when you wanted to have me on yesterday and you had a guest host, I'm like, no, you have to see this for the first time.
Right. Yeah, I want to see it myself.
No way.
By the way, everybody, remember when you get on Vocl, you can go back and forth between Lindell TV and Vocl. So go ahead, Renee, take us through it.
Okay, I am sharing my screen. Can you see that, Mike?
Yes.
Okay, good. So I want to just go over some of the new features. So you see now we have this new spot here called Now Playing. So the Now Playing will show you who the people are. So Lindell TV is live. So we are live streaming Lindell TV right onto Vocl. So that you can either switch up over here, but right now it is just directly live.
Oh, wow. Wow. So you hear that, everybody? Yeah, you hear that, everybody? By the way, Vocl's on both app stores. You can click on Get Vocl, and then wow, I didn't even know that, Renee. But keep going. So you can watch Lindell TV right on Vocl. You don't even have to go back and forth. What a concept!
Nope, we started streaming that 24/7 live, which is awesome. And then as each of the show hosts shows are premiered, they'll pop in here too. So you'll see whose shows are featured now. So with that, we have a new tab called the Shows tab. I'm in a hotel and it's pretty weak internet, so bear with me. So the shows now are here as well. So that tab will show you all the people, any of these shows. You can watch Lindell TV Live. The Absolute Proof premiered 2 hours ago. So as the shows are coming on, being posted on Lindell TV, they're also streaming right here onto Vocl, which is awesome.
Right.
So everybody has the opportunity to do the premiered, but not right now. We've got the live video in a beta test community with the selected show hosts, some of the content creators, and just some podcasters that really want to test out the platform before we make it available to any of our verified users. So what I want to do is show you, we have the ability to now do a premiere video. So I'll just go to photos. I'll select this video and I'll upload it here. As I do that, it'll let me pick whatever I want to be the thumbnail from the different selections. So it'll give you lots of opportunities to pick from. And what I want to do is you can add it to a series if you want. Like if you were doing the spin room for Vanessa, she adds hers to a series called Spin Room. You can also add your own banner if you don't want to pick any of the ones that we offer here. And you can select this as premiered. So if you have a pre-recorded show, but you don't want it to premiere here on Vocl, and you want to build some excitement with your audience, you just hit the setup as premiere, and then you can pick when you want that video to be premiered to your followers, and it'll show up as going to be live premiere coming at 2 p.m. or at a certain time. And then it does the countdown, and then it'll show up in the now playing. So you can pick the date that you want to premiere the video, you can pick the time that you want to do it, and then schedule it. And that will then show up here. And when you click on it, it'll say premiering in X number of times. So it's really, really great. And it just offers yet another way for influencers to and the show host to connect with their audiences in a way that says, hey, don't miss it. I'm going to be live. And we can do the same thing for a live show, Mike. So if you said, I'm going to go live at 3 o'clock, we'll put that up as it premiered, Mike Lindell live at 3. And then the notification will pop up and the red ring shows when you are actually live, which is really great.
Wow.
So,
yeah, no, that is awesome.
Isn't that great?
Yeah,
So
no, it is really awesome.
We built into this,
Go ahead.
this new build to Mike, an ad network. So you have such great advertisers. What we're doing now is when our content creators will post videos, premiered videos, we'll add, we have the ability to add our own instead of, having other people's ads preceding their video. You can put your advertisers right there at the beginning, just like they do on anything else.
Actually, our customers they probably could care less about ads, but but that's good for me to know. And you guys, I will tell you this: I take that back. A lot of you do care about our sponsors because this is the reason we're here, and our advertisers, and My Pillow being one of the biggest ones. And if you guys can, this is a good time to tell you, go to mypillow.com today. Use the promo code L77. The Giza Dream Sheets we put back on for $49.98. We're liquidating right now in our warehouse, so we have funds that we badly need for the next week here. And so go there, use promo code L77 at mypillow.com. You guys, and also you're going to get over $150 in digital gifts today if you buy $75 or more. So that is a good feature, and we'll say you guys all watching. In other words, what Renee is saying is you're going to see sponsors that have our back and not some other thing that's pulling from somewhere else. Correct, Renee?
That's correct.
Yeah,
So I'll
that's
just show everyone, we have 4 feeds. So when you first join Vocl, so that you don't jump on and you don't have anything, these are just featured content producers. Diamond and Silk is here. Your My Pillow, you can get all your special purchases right here on Vocl, Diamond and Silk. So you'll see that the For You feed are the broadcasters and content creators that are on the platform. I know one of Mike's favorite feeds is our election feed. This feed is great because all of the Cause of America folks will post in here. You can select all states. So if you want to see what's happening on elections, whether somebody's running or what's happening with election issues, you can select your state or you can see all states here. And if you say, I'm really just interested in looking at things by hashtag, you can just select things. If you just wanted to see, especially when we're out voting, if a machine's down or machines are online, all those things are posted here by the Election Crime Bureau. And it really is great to give you an opportunity to just see what's happening all across the country as it relates to the elections. And then
Right.
if you
And you guys, and that's going to become more and more important to everybody in the coming months here. As I just met with our president last week again, and the stuff we're going to be doing, if we don't get our elections secure, get rid of these voting machines and go to paper ballots and count it, we will end up losing our country. And we're under a critical times thing here too. So if anything else, just get involved here, get the Vocl app, tell all your friends about it, and then use that election thing to find out what's going on in your state and county. That's a great feature that was put on a long time ago, but keep going, Renee. That's awesome.
Great, that's great. And then the following feed is anybody that you have chosen to follow. So if you only followed, one or two people, that's the only thing that would be in your stream. And what I like about this versus some of the other platforms is you don't have an algorithm that has the dates all mixed up. Everything is in chronological order, and you're able to just go through and see the things that really matter to you without any being manipulated. One of the other things that we added, Mike, is if you don't have time you want to see this, but you don't want to watch it right now, you can just click that save icon and it'll put it into a separate feed for you to look at later. And I'll show you that in just a second. One of the other things that's really great is groups. So you can join the groups, and I'll show you there's all kind of groups, but this is the Election Crime Bureau group, and anything that's posted in your group feed. What did I do? I just double tapped on something. Scott, I think I need your help. Hang on a second. I don't know what I did. Hold on. Let me stop the share and reshare. Hang on. I'm using a computer with a trackpad, which is not my normal. Scott, there you go. There you go. Sorry. So this is the group. You can join the groups. So I'll flop over to the groups now. Groups are awesome. You can see that there are many groups. A lot of them are Kingdom Patriots. Many of the Cause of America groups started new groups so that you could get just a little bit more information, take it a little bit more into your county versus the state. So joining groups is really great. It takes it to a different community level. So there's lots to do on Vocl, that's for sure. And then, of course, we have the Cause of America tab so that you can find your states there and see what's going on.
You guys, just so you know, I'm going to interject here. Like if you're watching for the first time, or if you don't know what Cause of America is, Cause of America is a group that was put together by myself and others that have their whole focus has been on securing our elections, and it's over 4 years old now. It's led by Colonel Sean Smith and a team of the most amazing patriots you would ever come across, and it goes out to over 300,000 people across all 50 states. So anyway, this is just a great way to keep in contact with them too, and to know what's going on in your country, because the number one thing is our election platforms. So go ahead, Renee. This is your one-stop shop here at Vocl, everybody. This is it. You can't beat this. But keep going.
Okay, so on the feature tab, you can see the profiles. There's Mike, Diamond and Silk, Gateway Pundit, Lindell TV, Wayne Allen Root. So all of the broadcasters and content creators that we have on the platform, this is their featured page. So if you wanted to go in and see what was happening, we just say with Lance Wall now, you can click on that. It takes you directly to his page, and anything that you may have missed on his channel, you can just see it directly right there. Mike, one of the other things that we released is the ability for people to sponsor some of these wonderful broadcasters or to give money to your defense fund, is to be able to be a sponsor. So the monetization is, if I want to sponsor the Lance Wallnau show while I'm here, I can decide to give him, he's asked for $5 a month, but if I say, you know what, this month I just feel really generous, I can choose the amount that I want to give to Lance. I can do it monthly, or I can decide to just do a one-time gift. And I think this is really important, Mike, for you, is we have these on your account as well, to be able for people to just go and say, I just want to give money to support what you're doing to secure our elections and to defend this great country. And it's just really easy. You do it right there. It really does help our broadcasters support the good content that they're already doing and not have to feel like they have to, give special content. It's just really great stuff that's here. So that's another great feature. I was telling you about the saved. So remember, I can go now to my saved content and go back and watch the things, because I know I used to get frustrated on the other social platforms, especially Facebook. If I saw something and then I passed by it, it was gone. I could never find it. So we created this saved. So any of the things that we wanted to go back and look at, we could do that. Once I see it and I don't want to look at it anymore, I just click that button and it takes it right out of that feed, so I don't have to look at it anymore. I know that I'm in the dark right now, but you can change to light mode if you prefer that. The how-to guide tells you how to do just about everything. I know one of Mike's favorite features is our language. So I'm in English now, but if I wanted to change it to Portuguese or Spanish, I can do that. And it does change all the language right there.
Right. And I'm going to bring up,
That's
I'm going to stop you there on that note. You guys, those were put on this platform. I'm friends with President Bolsonaro in Brazil. And as you all know, his election was stolen in 2022 by a president, guy named Lula, who did crimes against his country, and he was in prison. They pulled him out of, cartels pulled him out of prison 8 years early, and they have no, they have in the way Lula pressure, blah blah blah. President Bolsonaro used Vocl to communicate with his country, and so we put, it's predominantly Portuguese, so we put that language in there and Spanish. Renee did, you guys did a great job of doing that. So, but this is a great feature because we need to communicate with everyone. Like that expands our voice more, and to have that on there. This is why to get the word out is it's basically what we didn't have 4.5 years ago that we have now is the expansion of our voice, and Vocl is that tipping the spear. I mean, that's the tip of the spear. One of the things too, if you guys sign up for Vocl, and I might be getting ahead of Renee here, but I don't want to forget this. If you sign up for Vocl, this is something that I've longed for, and Facebook stole that from me about 4 years ago. Old Suckabuck, old Mark Suckabuck. He, besides not letting me even put my pillow ads with my face in them before the 2020 election, then the one thing he did when I would go live on Facebook, I had hundreds of thousands of followers. Well, you know how you suppress that? You just don't send out the notification that Mike's going live. I did a huge event in the summer of 21. I put it out to 400,000 people. I was going live and I had six people on there. Okay. So one of the things, Renee, and I thought you said it's hooked up, and so if you're on Vocl, I'm going to be starting to use this feature next week and use it a lot. So you're going to get a notification that I'm going live. Am I saying this right, Renee?
That's correct.
You'll need to know what's going on in real time. As we step into this new season we're going into, I just met with the president last week. We're coming into a new season, and this is perfect timing for that. We just had the great win with the My Pillow lawsuit with the lawfare. That's the first win against these machine companies, you guys. That's it. So we're breaking the lawfare. I met with the president. I know what's coming to secure our elections. I'm going to be going around all over the place again. And I want to get the word out in real time And this is where that live feature. So if you do nothing else, get an account on Vocl, tell all your friends, because you're going to want to hear in real time. This isn't just coming from me or the president. It's coming from this is the hub. This is the tip of the spear to secure elections and save our country. So that's one thing I'm going to be using a lot. I know there's other influencers can use it too, the same feature, right? Or did you build that just
That's
for my
correct. Yes.
voice?
No.
So,
You get
but
to
you
pick
guys,
again.
this, right, but this is, for me, this is really important because everyone, I couldn't communicate before unless we got to my show, everybody, which, so this is a big thing. You know, I know a lot of you are on so many other platforms, Getter, Gab, Telegram, Instagram, Facebook, True Social. But what we have here, having that ability, I'm going to live here with that going live. So you guys, it doesn't matter what in this age we're in, you need to get an account on all those platforms because when you hear us, the stuff we have here, the news we're going to have here on Vocl, you're going to want to spread that to the other platforms and share, which brings up another thing, Renee, which I'm going to ask you because it's a question I have. If I find something on Lindell, or I mean on Vocl there, and I want to share it to another platform, how hard is that?
Oh, it's easy. Let me go back and show you.
I mean, these are something that I know people are going to want to do.
Sure. So if I want to share anything, I just hit that little up arrow right there. Can you see that? Am I high enough on the screen? I can't see what can you see this little arrow? It'll pop up a box. If you want to share it other places, that'll pop up and you can decide where you want to share it. And it can be via email, you can do it by text message, or you can just copy the link and post it directly on any other social platform, and it'll bring you right back.
Social platform.
Yep.
And you guys, this is really important because you all need to know that. You need to know these are features I want the audience to know, Renee. One of the things you guys need to come here, find our content. We're going to need all of your help. Think of it as as a little mini job to save our country. You're going to come here, you're going to share stuff because we have something other people don't on our platform. We have the best social media platform ever, bar none, but we also have the content that no one else has. We have content no one else has. You're going to come here, you're going to see something. Wow, this needs to be shared out. And you share it to all your contacts, all your social media platforms. And then you make sure that you put the notification thing on there. So when I go live, you can hear these updates. You guys, you need to get this. I'm going all in again. I'd say again, I have been all in, but I mean, I'm taking it to another level in this new season. We're running out of time. They spent the last year trying to destroy my voice by destroying my pillow and all my platforms and the attack. And we made it through that by the grace of God. So now we're on the offense, but we need your help. So part of that, getting the Vocl app and telling all your friends about it. Is there anything else you got there? I mean, go ahead,
I think
Renee.
it's important too that when you join the platform and you set up your profile, just again, you can share your profile by hitting this little black up arrow. Again, invite your friends, create your own community, have everybody connected right here, Mike. So it just allows you to send it anywhere. Goodness.
You guys, and there it is, you guys. And why do we make you fill out your profile? Because we don't want bots there. We want this, and we don't want bots there. We want to, once you have it set up though, Renee, you can go back and forth. It just pops in, correct?
Absolutely. Yep. Once you log in, I would say download the app. You can use it either on the phone, on the app. Yep.
Right. So you guys out here, this is the most important thing you do that you can do right from where you're sitting. Get a Vocl account right now if you're watching Lindell TV. Share it with all your friends. And what are you sharing? You're sharing our voice to expand to help save our country. It doesn't matter that let's say you got a friend going, you know what? I hang out over at Facebook, say, well, get the Vocl app. At least you can hear alerts. nationwide alerts I'm going to send out that you're all going to want to know. And that's it. Even if you get it just for that, where I'm going to be sending out, hey, red alert, everybody listen up. And then we're going to get here, and then you can, the content you see here that are critical to saving our country, you can share that out. But you're going to get, so it's not like you have to. I'm trying to expand our filter here, Renee, and not say, hey, we're not saying right now everybody has to live on Vocl where you're trying to change people's paradigm. There's voices that you have Gab people, Getter people, you have Truth people, you have this, but here, you need to hear what's going to be saving our country. And even if you get it just to get those notifications and spread it out, and then you'll get news of hey, you guys need to watch this important show. And then maybe you will go, hey, I'm going to hang out and watch all my news here instead of watching Fox News, who doesn't tell you a thing. They're like a weather channel that doesn't report the weather, everybody. You got to realize that. I always have I have a shirt that says, don't go Fox on me. I mean, don't go silent on me. This is the truth. So you need to be, here. Renee, I can't thank you enough for everything you do for just help save our country by building us the biggest voice the world has ever seen. And we're not stopping until we win and God wins, you guys. So thank you so much, Renee. God bless you. And everybody, I want to thank you all for spreading the word about Lindell TV. You guys, remember, we're on Roku, Fire Stick, both apps, Apple TV, you name it. And now you have Vocl to go with that. Tell all your friends, everybody. And remember, we're publicly traded. The call letters are MLMC. Let's make this the biggest voice in history and save our country. Thank you and God bless. The last time President Trump was in office, gold soared 50% and silver went up a huge 53%. Americans who invested in silver and gold during Donald Trump's first presidency are very happy that they did it. And right now, gold continues to soar to the highest numbers in history. These gains are just an appetizer for what's to come. Some market analysis are saying that gold is predicted to rise another 30% in the next year alone. So now's the time to invest in gold and silver, and that's why I partnered with Fisher Liberty Gold. Fisher Liberty Gold is a conservative-owned and operated precious metals investment company. They even helped my good friend President Trump get elected through their contributions to Turning Point USA and other conservative groups. I have dedicated my life to ensuring that people get the best sleep ever. And in addition to owning a MyPillow, I can now sleep well at night knowing that you can all protect your savings with precious metals with Fisher Liberty Gold. With Fisher Liberty Gold, you can sleep well knowing that your retirement is secure. And if you call now, you're going to receive your very own presidential gold guide and qualify for up to $20,000 in free silver. But wait, there's more. Call now or text metals to 26786 to receive your presidential gold guide from Fisher Liberty. And for a limited time, I will send you a free MyPillow for qualified accounts. This presidential gold guide from Fisher Liberty will tell you exactly why you need to own gold even while Donald Trump is president. And just by calling in, you get a free MyPillow for a limited time for qualified accounts. And up to $20,000 in free silver. So don't wait. Call 1-888-4GOLD-19 or text metals to 26786 today. That's 1-888-4GOLD-19 or text metals to 26786 today to receive your free MyPillow and up to $20,000 in free silver. Swollen limbs, joint pain, inflammation, skin aging, and cognitive decline. These are just a few of the awful side effects that you can experience due to poor blood circulation. And popping ibuprofen is not a solution to the pain. It's only temporary relief, and it's only masking the true problem, which is inflammation. Researchers are saying to add this Antarctic super nutrient to your diet. I'm talking about omega-3 fatty acids, but not just any form of omegas, These particular omega-3 fatty acids are sourced from wild-caught krill. Has been shown to support healthy blood pressure, circulation, brain health, as well as reduce inflammation, swelling, and joint pain. For a limited time, you can grab Native Path Antarctic Krill Oil for up to 66% off plus free shipping. Just go to getkrill.com/Lindell right now to get your special offer.